well. And there's two sides to that answer. Firstly, we can have host factors, so some people are more susceptible to bacterial inflammation, and they have more white cells and more gastritis from the same kind of infection. So that's one thing. That is polymorphisms in the cytokine genes, probably. So some people are more susceptible to bacterial inflammation. So that's one thing. Second thing is diet. Certainly diet, whether it's high protein or low protein, is going to make a difference to you. And the other thing, of course, is the bacteria. And some Helicobacter, actually most of them in Asia, carry a toxin gene called CAG-A. Now the CAG-A gene is injected into the lining of the stomach, into the stomach cells, and it has like a hormone effect that makes them more primitive, and they separate, and so that causes even more inflammation. So if you are susceptible and you have a bacteria with a CAG-A, that means it's a bit dangerous, and you could develop an ulcer, or you could even develop cancer many, many years later. If you had Helicobacter with no CAG-A, maybe you would just feel pretty okay most of the time, although you could still develop those diseases, but less likely. So what's the difference? Well, in Europe, 60% of strains carry the CAG-A, but it's not a very strong one, so it's not too bad. In Asia, probably about 90% carry the CAG-A, and there's different strength of the CAG-A. The most dangerous one is in Japan and Korea. That has quite a harmful kind of phosphorylation site on the toxin. And as you go towards the west, it's less dangerous. Actually, it doesn't correlate 100%. And probably on top of that, you've got ethnic issues, and then you've got dietary differences. So really quite a mixture. But we can say that in China and in Asia, East Asia, people are more susceptible to stomach cancer. But they're developing the Western style now. As they get a more Western diet with more protein, they're getting more ulcers. In the middle, like India and Africa, people seem to be more susceptible to having ulcers. And so everybody's different, but the main message is this: everybody has gastritis and inflammation from Helicobacter, so it's always a pathogen. And my friend Dr. Graham in Houston, he always says the only good Helicobacter is a dead Helicobacter, so get the treatment.
Okay.